What is the best thing about going to a concert? Is it the community? Is it sweat from other strangers? Is it screaming at the stage? Well, concerts these days are going to be looking a little bit different. It's Wednesday, it's May 6th, and this is the Currents Music News. Hey, I'm Jade.
And I'm Jay. Well, we've been in lockdown for a couple months now, and as Pitchfork points out, some fans are ready to move on from the whole live stream from the kitchen concert kind of situation. That's why we are probably going to see more shows like the wildly successful Travis Scott show we recently talked about that happened inside the video game Fortnite. Pitchfork talked to some of the people who might make the next iteration of that kind of show happen. For example, they talked to a team that helped the dubstep artist Kill the Noise put on a show way back in 2019. And in that show, the virtual concert was interrupted by a giant demon that rose up behind the stage, kind of like a final boss that the audience had to work together to beat for the concert to go on. Maybe that sounds super fun to you. Maybe you're all in for that. Maybe you're like, nah, virtual gigs, not that kind. Well, all right, think about this. Developers are also talking about the next iteration of that hologram concert experience, right? Where you can go see Roy Orbison posthumously, quote unquote, perform at your local casino. Maybe you've seen one of those, maybe you haven't. But think about the possibility of putting on a VR headset and going to see the Beatles play at the Cavern Club. Or going to see Bob Marley perform at Jamaica back in the day. And think about how living artists could use this technology as well. So you could have a live band playing in basically a blue screen dome, and you can go attend that concert virtually. You could even interact with other people. It's just like going to a real show, kind of, sort of, in VR. I could totally see this being how the Rolling Stones get back on the road. Would you go, Jade?
Yes, I would, because I'm totally into experimenting with these wide varieties of shows that they're trying to give us. But I just don't think it beats the live show. So moving on to that live show experience, how do we get back into this? There is a country band that's trying to give it a go. They're called Bishop Gunn, and they're selling tickets to a May 15th show in Fort Smith, Arkansas. That's just a little over a week from now. So early that it technically violates the order closing venues until May 18th in Arkansas. And the band is kind of hoping that Governor Asa Hutchinson will revise the order in time for their show to proceed. So here's my question. Is this safe? Should we be doing this? Well, here's how they're accommodating the public safety. There's only 229 tickets that are being sold. The venue is a 1,100 capacity theater. So, okay, less people, big venue. You buy a ticket for what Ticketmaster is calling a fan pod, which is basically a pod of seats that are for between 2 and 12 people, your group that you've been socially isolating with. And that's going to be seated several feet away from other pods that are sort of, I don't know, spread all out. And everyone has to wear a mask. You're going to get your temperature taken as soon as you walk in the door. And there's going to be hand sanitizer everywhere. Everywhere you go. Is this supposed to happen? Should this happen? Is this still going to be safe? I don't know. But the promoter of the show, Mike Brown, much more optimistic than me, said, I am an internal optimist. I think we're going to be all right. So I guess we'll see.
Like the only band I can see possibly pulling this kind of thing off is Flaming Lips. Wayne Coyne's going to get in his gerbil ball. He's going to get all slathered up with hand sanitizer. Miley Cyrus is going to have her own ball. They're going to roll around. I don't know. I'm not quite ready to go there.
Why don't we all get our own little hamster balls, Jay? And then all of us can just, enjoy the concert in our own little bubble.
Oh, what a year. What a year. What a year. Well, if you want to play it a little bit safer and stay on the couch for a while, you can stream Wilco's documentary, I Am Trying to Break Your Heart, for free through Tuesday, May 12th. The band are asking fans if they can to quote-unquote leave a tip in support of an organization helping Chicagoans during the COVID-19 crisis. This is a 2002 documentary about the making of the album that a lot of people consider Wilco's masterpiece, Yankee Hotel Foxtrot. It's especially notable for the way it really captures the contentious but ultimately productive dynamic between band leader Jeff Tweedy and then band member Jay Bennett, who died in 2009, left the band right after that album was made. And in his most recent book, Jeff Tweedy says that the way the documentary was edited is a little bit misleading regarding certain episodes, but the documentary is what it is. It's absolutely riveting, and Rolling Stone has called it one of the greatest music documentaries of all time. If you're a Wilco fan, you might want to check it out this week.
And another music documentary news, maybe something that you've picked up, is the Beastie Boys story, which is streaming now on Apple TV+. And they've been promoting this thing for a long time. I think I've been feeling like I should be watching it for a lot longer than I actually did. Well, now it's finally out. And Mike D and Ad Rock, two of the remaining Beastie Boys, told Billboard that it's kind of bittersweet to see the film released right now. Why is that? Well, because all of that promotion, all that effort to go into it, and now there are billboards out in LA promoting the documentary that were, supposed to be seen by fans swarming outside of the NBA playoff games, and they would see the billboards and want to go watch it. And he said, now it's maybe somebody will drive by. Maybe they'll see the billboard. Maybe they'll watch it. It's just such a kind of disheartening way to release this movie. On the plus side of things, they had some grooming tips for you for all those people sheltering at home. They recommended that people pick up what they said was the perfect self-grooming device that has already existed for years. They're talking about this thing called Flowbee, which I was unfamiliar with, but apparently lots of late night infomercial watchers from the 80s will be familiar with this vacuum suction hair cutter. And apparently he's right on, Jay, because this thing is still around. People can still buy it, and apparently it's sold out right now. So if you're watching this at home, watching the Beastie Boys documentary, maybe pull out your Flowbee as well.
Fight for your right to Flowbee. Well, that's today's music news. We'll be back with other updates. You can like and follow us. You can be sure to catch it. And in the meantime, listen to The Current on the radio, on your smart speaker, on our web stream, on our app. And click on the comments to let us know what music news stories are meaningful to you right now. We're going to leave you with a clip from a video that has just been released for charity, trying to raise funds for Save the Children. Speaking of the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger has shared a newsreel-style montage of how he's staying productive and keeping fit while social distancing.
In times of international crisis, every man, woman, and child must pull their weight. But look at this fella, not a care in the world. Hey, you there. Yes, you. What do you think you're doing? Put that down and go and do something useful. All those chores you've been putting off? There, that's better. Well done. Looks like the old motor's not been out for a while. Better get that fixed. Some rusty kitchen skills are being put to good use. Looks tasty and ready for the pot. And so are these fellows. Some are turning their hands to animal husbandry, with rather mixed results. Still, practice makes perfect. How about some veg to go with dinner? Bit of a dig. That's it. And up she comes. Those roses won't prune themselves, will they? Better get on with it then. Hey, you there. Lights out. It's gym time. Ready? It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. Even the cat's impressed with a good job well done. Cheerio and bye for now.